Zenventory has powerful supplier management tools that helps you manage supplier catalogs. In other words, you can maintain items purchased from multiple suppliers, each with their unique lead times, minimum order quantities, and purchase prices. This makes entering purchase orders a breeze since Zenventory remembers the supplier's references when generating a purchase order to him. However, if you're using a third-party system to create purchase orders, for example, you're using your accounting system to create purchase orders, it still makes good sense to have those purchase orders posted to Zenventory. In this video, we will demonstrate how to import purchase orders from third-party systems. Before I demonstrate how to import purchase orders, there are a few prerequisites. First, make sure that you can provide your purchase orders in a comma-separated variable file, also known as a CSV file. Here's an example of the CSV file that I will import. Note that the first row of my file includes the header or column names. Zenventory will use these in the mapping process we'll see later. Your import file must include these mandatory fields. 1. The date item is required by. 2. The warehouse name. 3. The item SKU or item number. And 4. The quantity ordered. In addition, at least one of these supplier fields must be provided. 1. The supplier name, or 2. The supplier contact email address, or 3. The supplier account number. If there are extra fields in your file, don't worry about those, as Zenventory will ignore them if they're not mapped. That does it for the prerequisites. Let's see an import in action. Select Admin, then System. We'll select Import Data and click on Purchase Order tab. Now choose a file from your computer to import and select Upload. Zenventory provides a preview for your file. Note that the header for your file is the first column. 3 lines from your file are previewed in the columns to the right of the header. This is a convenient preview of how your file will be imported so that you can check to see if it looks right. If everything looks good, click on the green checkbox to upload the entire file. Now we'll map your file to the Zenventory fields. You can save these maps and reuse them later. In other words, you don't have to recreate a file every time you do an import, especially if you're getting the file to import from the same system. Once we're done mapping, we can select the green check to preview the data mapped to the Zenventory fields. Essentially, what you're seeing here is the PO header and the line items for the PO. We can cycle through the records to make one final check prior to committing the import to Zenventory. Once we're happy with the preview, select the green arrow. Now we'll actually select the import to upload this data. You have one last chance to undo the import, however to finalize, I'll select the green checkbox. We can now leave the import page and check that these POs are imported by selecting the purchasing menu. All open POs are displayed there. In summary, if you're creating purchase orders in your accounting system, it'll be helpful to import them into Zenventory. Your receiving staff can then receive goods against the actual document that was sent to your supplier by checking off the quantities. Line items that have been short received will remain open and therefore keep that purchase order open as well. Happy importing!